So just to give you just a little background of our company, the one company that we leverage GlueUp on is Shift Diverse Business Solutions. And what that company does, we have different subcontractors, companies that do work for utility companies.
Okay.
Those are the individual companies that we have as members, but we also work with a lot of the larger prime companies and also the utility companies. So we have like 3 different types of customers, if you want to consider that we work with. And those are the ones that we have incorporated with our GlueUp system. The reason why we looked at GlueUp, when we started kind of working in these sectors, we did not have a integrated system, a tool to kind of bring them all together. So when we started evaluating different tools, we looked at GlueUp as one of those, but we've seen other types of similar types of products and services, tools out there. And we looked at GlueUp because it had a full integrated solution for us. We do a lot of events, so it had an event management component to it. It had the process of looking at being able to not just have the events, but also have members in the system. And then it has some extra features that was similar to like a LinkedIn, where you could have communities and you can do posting, those kind of things. So we've seen those types of things. So that was the draw for GlueUp compared to some of the other tools out there and other competitors. It just seemed like it had a lot of integrated types of solutions that we can use for one location.
To add to that?
The only other thing I would add to it is that it also, with GlueUp, it provided us training. So I know there's different options within, like Sydney mentioned, for membership, for events and stuff like that. So there was about a 5 or 6 session that we could sign up for, and you had a live person that would actually provide training on those specific tools, which was very helpful for us because you come into new to a system. It's good to have someone that can kind of walk you through the process and explain, at least at an overall level, what does each section really means and how you can work with those. So that was another attraction why we picked GlueUp.
I think when we start looking at GlueUp and that early transition, we came in looking at just a basic GlueUp package and not looking at a white label initially. And I think when we thought through our company and what makes us unique, we kind of gravitated towards moving towards that white label. So that wasn't clear at the time that we purchased a system, whether or not that was the direction we was going to go. But later on, when we started seeing the advantages of going with that white label app and how it interfaces with our clients, that was something that we wish we probably would have thought about that earlier versus that in that transition time period versus later down the stream, because it took us a while to kind of adapt towards what we really wanted at the very beginning.
I would say for me, I like that because, as Sydney mentioned, we host a lot of events, and the ability to create events is pretty simple, easy. They already have pre-made templates that we can use and then change the coloring, formatting, fonts, and it also syncs up with the app on the phone. It does obviously look different on the app, but it's already synced up, so you don't have to make a lot of changes to that as well. So the ability to create events quickly and easily, and it's not just creating an event where you put the date and time, but even adding sponsors to it, put in a summary. My favorite part is the fact that when we have speakers, we can add their photos, put a little information about them, put information about their websites, so they get the exposure, and also for attendees who also understand who the speakers are in advance and why they were selected. So that's probably one of the top things that I like the most about GlueUp.
Yeah, one other key component which was very beneficial, and it goes back to the events. We actually had an event prior to getting Glue Up. And one of the biggest challenges that we had was the check-in process. It just took us a long time to get people checked in. And when the next year, we actually put our Glue Up process in place, and that check-in was much more streamlined, much easier, less manual, obviously.
Yeah.
And that, I think, that one function, that one feature, is so beneficial that Glue Up has offered to us that really has shown, you know, a lot of value for us.
The intent of us having Glue Up or having this platform was to have a centralized hub, a place where we could host our events. It could be a communication for everybody. So not only it serves the purpose of hosting events, but for members is very valuable, because this is an opportunity where they can post, similar to LinkedIn, they can post information about their companies. I know we've been posting different things on there, promoting different suppliers, and they've been getting that information through the app. We've also used this for other organizations who wanted to use our app, and they had very positive feedback as far as one centralized location where you can just download the app. And it's similar to other platforms out there that have host events, but I would say it's a lot easier and cleaner in some ways than some other platforms. You're bombarded with too many events, too much information coming at you. It kind of gets lost in the transition of where do I really want to go, versus Glue Up has been very clean and user friendly for us. But essentially a centralized area where we could post events and share information where members can benefit from it. That's been one of the things I appreciate about it.
Yeah, the other area that I see, and it kind of goes back to the events, is that Glue Up has the ability to kind of manage events, whether they're in person or whether they're virtual. And we just started doing our virtual events through Glue Up, and I see a good benefit, because the nice thing about it, whether it's in person or virtual, we still use the same kind of platform, the same type of process, but we capture information a little differently. But I think it's been pretty streamlined in the area. So I see that's just, to me, it's a game changer, having one spot to kind of manage both of those types of activities.
I would. Again, as Sydney mentioned, we looked at different platforms. I think Glue Up has reasonable pricing in most cases. In general, when you look at it compared to other events or other platforms, and it's a one-stop shop for everything. You can have membership with it, you can have events in it. So having that is extremely valuable. So based on our overall experience with Glue Up, I mean, obviously there's some challenges we've had. It hasn't all been great, but what I do appreciate is when we express a challenge, there's somebody who wants to fix it or at least be involved in that solution with us. So I would recommend it.
Yeah, I look at the recommendation a little differently in the sense that because we do have a white label app, we can actually have different types of organizations leverage our app for different events. For example, we can create events, whether it's a golf tournament or whether it's a sit-down dinner event or a virtual event. We can have clients actually use our platform through the Glue Up infrastructure and have another streamline of revenue through that process by just leveraging our white label app, and have customized looks for each of those types of platforms through the various templates. So is it really recommending? We're actually recommending folks to leverage the Glue Up app through our white label system, and that's been a benefit for us. Initially, we just searched the web to see what types of tools are out there. I mean, I think that's the first thing. And we got a response back after going to your website from one of your sales reps, and that first connection kind of brought us to Glue Up. But we searched, like I said, we searched other types of systems out there, tools and whatnot. So that was the original connection point.
Yeah, and I would say the person we talked to was Mervin Wee, I think. Yeah, and
great guy.
It was very apparent that he cared a lot about what he was showing us. He wasn't coming off just as a salesperson that's just selling an app. He took his time with us because I know we had a lot of questions and tried to understanding it. I think we actually had to schedule another meeting because we had a couple other questions. He went and found out what it was. He came back, demonstrated how that works. So having that as our initial interaction, knowing that this is the type of service we can get, was also another great point of what we wanted to go towards Glue Up and get involved with the company.
Let me add one other thing that the one thing that Mervin was a little different from some of the other reps from other companies is that he truly knew his system. He understood the system very well. He walked us through it, and then not only showed us the application on the screen, but then he also brought the app portion of it up on the screen so we can actually see how it looked on both platforms. And the other companies, they didn't have that level of expertise. They were kind of like salespeople out there, but not necessarily ones that truly understood it, knew how the system worked, and they were just kind of selling the features. But Mervin actually asked us enough questions to see, is the system going to work for us, for our business? So, he had some, pre-information, and then he actually walked through and demonstrated how it could work in our environment.
Yeah, and even once we got the app, there were certain things we were unclear about or had questions about. And we reached out to Mervin, although that wasn't really his area of focus because he was more on the front side selling. He always reached back out, scheduled a meeting with us, answered our questions. And he would, if he didn't get something, he would go and find out what the answer was. And I think another person we really appreciated was Ethan. When we first started, I think we might have had a meeting with him on his first week, and we had some challenges to get some of the things straightened out. And he came in and he admitted that obviously being new, he didn't really know anything, but you could tell as time went on, he really understood the system. He was sending me information that was very helpful, but and I'm not sure what the other companies offer as far as the in-person support, but having Mervin and Ethan, two people that I know if I contact them at any point, somebody will respond, is extremely valuable to us.